Hi guys, it is me, Mr. Fossil, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is about my thoughts and opinions for the 2020 Safari Ltd Dinosaur and Prehistoric Life figurines. So let's take a look at these fabulous figures. But before we begin, this video will be divided up into two parts since there are 8 figures, so 4 figures per part. So now, finally, let's get into the figures, shall we? So the first replica we have is the Pachycephalosaurus. Its coloration is an orange terracotta rust color, and it looks like a repaint of these two Carnegie Pachycephalosauruses. One was an orange color and one was like a tan color, I suppose. Overall, I think this figure will be a nice addition to my collection, but things change over time, so I'll have to think this one over. But that's just my opinion. But I like the coloration of it. I like it. It looks pretty nice. And the detail. So onward to the next figure, shall we? The next figure we have is the Deinonychus, which is one of my personal favorites so far. I like its coloration and its pose and how it has feathers. I like the coloration, how it's all brown, just like the Velociraptor was orange, and I like its yellows and its patterns. It reminds me of the Velociraptor figure a little bit because of this, the wing, having the white and black. Just like how the Velociraptor had the gray and white, but it is in a different pattern. But overall, I like this figure. This is a definite thing I would like to see. I would like to have this in my collection. And look at this coloration of its wings, the different shades of golden browns and regular brown. Quite nice, in my opinion. What do you think? But this is a definite one I would like to have in my collection, probably for Christmas, next year, or my birthday. It depends. But this one definitely is one of my personal favorites currently. So onward to the next figure, shall we? Next, we have the Ichthyosaurus. Now this Ichthyosaurus I pretty much like. I like its coloration being accurate because due to fossil evidence we found whatever they're called, like the color fragments, I guess they're called pygmofibers, or all those the pterosaur hairs. Basically this here is accurate to the coloration of what we know of marine reptiles. Just like the Deinonychus having feathers, I am really happy about that. But I like its design and its colors. I like its color. This is one I might want, to see as well. This is a cool figure. This is probably going to be a definite one. And if I made any mistakes like pygmofibers or pterosaur hairs, or is that the coloration? I'm pretty sure that's pterosaur hairs, but please correct me in the comments. I'm not sure what the color cells are. But this is a really nice figurine. This is a definite one, just like the Deinonychus. So now let's move on to our last figure, shall we? For the day. For this part. The last figure for this part is the Edmontosaurus. This figure, in my opinion, I don't really like as much, and I did not know that Edmontosaurus had a crest. That's interesting. But, coloration, I guess, in my opinion, is good, but, I wouldn't really want this in my collection. But, if you do, that's fine. That's okay. If you like this figure, that's fine. But my top favorites are the Deinonychus and the Ichthyosaurus. But this figure's color is good, somewhat, but just my opinion. But guys, if you like it, you like it. But so far so good for Safari Ltd 2020. Good job, Safari. So that is it for this part 1 of my thoughts and opinions on 2020 Safari Ltd Dinosaur and Prehistoric Life reviews for the figures. And so far, I like the Deinonychus and the Ichthyosaurus. This one, somewhat. This one, not as much. But in the comments below, tell me what your favorite of these figures in this part are. What ones would you like to have in your collection and use in your dinosaur series? Which ones are your least favorite of these 4, because the next part I'll make whenever I have time. But so far I like it. But Stay tuned for the next part, everybody, and have a nice day. Bye, everybody, and have a nice day.